Hello and welcome to episode 19 of our Timberborn Update 6 Waterbeavers playthrough here in Cycle 19, Day 2. Pardon this fan noise in the background. It is extremely hot in here, and I'm trying not to overheat this computer or myself. But I digress. Waterbeavers must go on. And the last time we fixed a bunch of problems, maybe might have caused a couple more, but things are looking pretty good. We've got a good progress going on some food fixes. We've got maybe not as much going on the water fixes or anything else like that, but technology is progressing quite nicely. We did get a mostly full harvest of nenuphars hoisted up out of this abyss here, and we've got round 2 loading, and those are going to be able, hopefully, to grow enough for us to get lotus flowers out with the help of a gatherer flag that I have not yet put over here. But lots of good, helpful comments on the last video, and I've got a couple of ideas that hopefully are going to work out pretty nicely. A couple of you said that I should try diverting this out somewhere, and probably going to be possible. There's a lot that has to get done for that to be a thing, and I genuinely do not know how fast that could be accomplished. Just going to take time, but I do appreciate all the ideas. It's just, probably not going to be happening this episode or next or maybe the one after that. Terraforming in the Waterbeavers is an exercise in futility. It just takes so incredibly long. But we do still have plenty of opportunities over here to continue working toward getting things fixed and improved. We did relocate the large farmhouse here in the irrigation lodge so that less of this becomes polluted. And we're slowly reclaiming this area here to try and hopefully do something else. But we have these guys, these bramble flowers, that are very, very, very important for a whole lot of stuff we're trying to do. And we've had a really, really bad time trying to get more of those. So we also, over here, have this wood felling planification lodge that I put in recently that is hopefully helping us get some more bramble flowers. But again, we have to have more beavers to do more stuff. That's the eternal curse of the Waterbeavers, it seems. So many problems. So little time to solve them. But currently, our mechanics lodge is researching the large mechanical drill, which is going to allow us to get all sorts of iron and coal dug out of the side of mountains, but there's a lot of other stuff coming to that too. We can't just jump right into it. But we're making the progress, and that's what matters. We also have in the Architect's Lodge these balloon trader landing pad blueprints being researched currently. And then this one down here is just making scaffoldings. But at some point, probably kind of soon, we should look into getting into the ENS blueprints. I know there are 2 separate sets of blueprints for the ENS. There's a mechanical and an architectural blueprint. You can see that right there. That is where the mechanical one gets researched. So that's going to take some time. We will get there when we get there. But the good news is, like I said, food is starting to turn around. We still need to have a whole lot more stuff planted, and that has kind of been helped by moving most of our mining operation out over here. We have these 2 primitive mines that are currently, not staffed because I don't have enough beavers. I got too many in the incapacitated land over here. We got to do something about those injuries. So, the injuries, of course, require half-fermented sake to be able to heal from, which, I don't know, there's probably some sort of something to that, but we're just not able to make enough quickly enough, just because we're not able to grow enough rice and harvest it and process it and everything. This one is supposed to be making methane, but we don't have a whole lot of nenuphars. They end up just kind of growing real slowly here, and this methane storage is basically full. It might not look like it, but if it can't make a whole batch, it's not going to start making the batch at all because it has nowhere to put stuff. We can, if we want to use 120 science, research a gas tank that's going to allow us to put methane or hydrogen, but we don't have hydrogen yet. I'm going to decline to do that because we're not currently really using the methane for much of anything. I think we probably should focus on making some more half-fermented sake, so I'm going to get this one going on that. The methane and the nenuphars that are in here will stay in here. That's totally fine. And we'll just have to make sure we're doing whatever we can to get stuff accomplished. This cooking tent really really has the possibility of helping us out a lot if we can have everything allocated in here correctly. Just take the workers out of there automatically. But we're growing pumpkins. We have a decent amount of sunflower oil, and we do have some salt. We should be making more of it, but... oh, this is making salt. All right. Yeah, I mean, we have the ability to get stuff done. We were just so far behind for so long that it just has not been a very encouraging time for us. But never give up, never surrender, etc., so on and so forth. These fermentation barrels over here are for making kimchi, so we can get more of this stuff in the library. But, again, 39 beavers. And, you know, half of them, more or less, are contaminated. And that is because of the extreme damage control we were doing last episode. We do have jails. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, which is only good for 12 beavers. But they'll get processed through there eventually. It's not that big of a deal. Each one of these we click on is going to be at some sort of different level of readiness. And I kind of don't want to click on all of them, so I'm not going to. That sounds very annoying. But it is what it is. Just going to let them do what they're going to do. Let these guys continue cutting down, well, I guess this one beaver, because everybody else is infected. Get all this stuff taken care of and just let it be what it's going to be. Now, regarding other stuff, like the scrap metal we talked about last episode, I said something to the effect of, well, I can't get up here, so it's going to be kind of pointless. Well, there's this funny thing called the Architect's Lodge that I keep forgetting can be used as stairs. So, you know, we can. Right there's not really a great place for it, but we can, if we really, really want to punish ourselves, we can come over here with some platforms or something and then have this actually make a pretty decent amount of progress up, and then just have something, you know, next to it that's going to take it up the rest of the way. That is possible. Do I think that is a tremendously great idea right now? No, not really. That is why we have this primitive smelter that when everything else that's being mined right here can get put in, that's going to help a lot. Reorganizing stuff helps, and I know a lot of you are really unhappy with how the paths are laid out. That's going to be fixed. Maybe at some point. This map is very unforgiving when it comes to those things, so it is what it is. It will be taken care of at some point. But we have all this just random storage absolutely everywhere that just doesn't make any sense. Let's check before I, get rid of the rest of this stuff. I don't think there's another storage for mountain salt somewhere, but we don't need to have one here. So that can go away, that can go away, that can go away. I can now come in here with a regular medium warehouse, and I can make this into another storage for something that we might actually use. Or I can just say, you know what, rice balls go in here, and then this will hold 216, which is like 1.5 of these, so I could make these do something else. So on and so forth. You know the drill. Pollution resistance factor, also one of those things that probably needs to be put somewhere else, but it just, it takes time, folks. And here's another mountain salt thing there that's doing okay. I did say at some point I was going to move this cooking tent. And, I guess there's no time like the present. Let's just do it. Just quit whining about it and do it. And I'll just put that there. I'm going to put after... oh, look at all this stuff. Yeah, that's got to get picked up. I'm going to put another one of these fermentation barrels here, and I guess we can just have that making industrial quantities of half-fermented sake, because I do not want to build any more houses unless I absolutely have to. That's going to be a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous mistake. We already have way too many beavers. But we're going to get there all in due time. So, yes, 10 minutes into the video, going ahead and hitting that triple speed. But as long as we can get the rest of this stuff taken care of in some sort of reasonably quick fashion, probably going to be fine. This paper mill is obviously not operating because it's nighttime, but it also doesn't have anybody working in it, again, because we have 37 vacancies. Oh boy. Well, it'll get fixed eventually. This farmhouse, I thought I'd paused. I guess I had wanted them to plant all of this But this really is not a great thing to have open all the time. I'm going to pause this just for the sake of, you know, the beavers not having to come all the way over here. I know there's probably better ways to have this set up and have the path come up here, so on and so forth. It is, yeah, not a quick process. Just is what it is. But the good news is, we are a third of the way to having these Nennephars here, and then, of course, after the Nennephars show up, then it's another 4 days. But it's day 4, so I'm pretty confident before we have our next drought or bad tide, we'll be able to have some lotus flowers coming out of here. And that's really going to unlock a lot of recipes that we can, you know, make use of here. Like, for example, the lotus flower tea, and maybe more importantly, the fried rice. Lotus flower tea is a trading thing that we will need to get into at some point. We did talk about the balloons a little bit earlier when I was talking about... That wasn't this building. This one here, researching the balloon trader landing pads. And a good point was brought up that, you know, we should probably be making more balloons here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that over because these take 6.5... Well, okay, 6 1/3, 6 1/4, whatever. It is actually 6 1/4 days to make. And we don't want to be waiting on the first balloon because, well, then everything's just going to get pushed back. We do still have to research the landing pad before we do anything with it. And then we, of course, have to unlock each of these. But if we are prepared with at least 1 or 2 balloons before we need them, that's going to be a smart thing to do, considering we already had full storage of pencil sets. I know storage is a continual theme of something that has to get taken care of, but right now we do have to stop having all these beavers be so contaminated. I think probably part of that has to do with how this was set up, and we had these guys going all over the place. I could have just put a platform in, so on and so forth. But see, now I've got I got 24 contaminated beavers, which is more than we started with, and I'm not sure how that happened because these things are closed. These are closed. That one, I guess, will do that, but it's not really supposed to be. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Kind of weird. I don't think there's any other place really for those guys to get infected with something. Well, this clearly is not containing anything here. These guys are all over the place. It is what it is. Yeah. I need these bramble flowers. I need it quicker, but there's not really much of a way to make that happen. These guys are doing their best, and even so, still can't really keep up. It is what it is. Rudimentary sawmill is still paused, but I have 400 planks. I think that is okay. Just trying to keep an eye on what's being researched here. 40%. Still looking okay. Water's looking okay. I really would like to have more storage. Our total capacity is not quite what they would need for an average drought, which has ended up being a problem. But we also need to pump faster, which is, you know, not really possible until we get these deep water pumps unlocked. Which, honestly, I'm tempted not to use the science for this, but I know it's going to be so much faster. Obviously, the end goal is to have the mechanized ones, but you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to start replacing the ones closest to what we're working on here. That is going to mean that we get rid of these pump upgrades, or at least a decent number of these. Well, let's just go ahead and start replacing these. I can really feel the heat coming off my computer now. It is like 90-some degrees outside, and the air conditioner is merely a suggestion. For those of you who don't speak American, that is, I don't know, mid-30s Celsius. I guess I could look. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time looking it up. You can figure it out. But regardless, just a whole bunch of logs sitting here. I guess I don't need to really wait for that. The rest of this is accessible anyway. Let's just go ahead. Get that deep water pump. I know this is not as deep as this goes. So, actually, let's just go ahead and put that dynamite in there. I know we don't have enough to really do all of that, but it's going to be nice to have access to that, more importantly, to get down into this thing. So everything gets sucked up. But that's the one that had to get exploded first. So away it goes. And then in this one goes in deep water mode. So these, I'm pretty sure, are not going to play nice when I try to put some sort of, what do you call it on top of it? Yeah, that would have been too good to be true, but remember, one of these is substantially more efficient. 4 water per hour versus 3. So if these guys can get this taken care of soon enough, that's going to make all the difference. Of course, these being really, really close to everything else in the center of town should being the operative term, make it a lot easier for us to take care of most of this stuff. Contaminated beaver numbers going down very slowly. I guess I could just leave them to that. Let's take a moment to check, because I actually don't remember. We have one bed for injuries. That's right. Someone left a comment about that. Because I had removed most of them to put other stuff in. Now hold on a second. Why does this not have pollution resistance factor? What's going on, man? You're killing my pumpkins. And like, I know I paused it, but I can't imagine we actually went through all of that. That's really disappointing. Okay, well, I have nobody to blame for that but myself. What? Oh, is this because I don't have a storage for... Oh, come on, man. They're killing me with this. Clay pot storage. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now the pollution resistance factor is going to be an issue. It is what it is. How are we looking over here? 79%, okay. How's the rice looking? 70%, okay. Still not built. What's this waiting on? Metal fasteners. Well, at least we have this. Let's go ahead and make that work. So I probably should have done these deep water pumps a lot sooner. I know we have scrap metal like right here. Come on. Come on and grab it. I know there's a lot of stuff to do, but you gotta do me this solid. There you go. There you go. Just make it work. Pop this thing in there. And I think I'm going to have enough, hopefully soon, to put in a second deep water pump. I probably didn't need to get rid of the other upgrade here, I know, but I'm just so excited to upgrade all this stuff. It's very important. Once again, waiting on bramble flowers. Other stuff that we probably need to take care of, we can get rid of these natural overhangs here if we could just get up top to them. And I don't know, I haven't tried this. Because sometimes these buildings that have like the roof access here will actually allow you to get up on top of them without building something else. But these things here, if they can actually... Okay, so that's out of range. Some of them will like let the beaver stand on top and reach upwards, whatever. But getting rid of this would allow us to build a little bit more stuff in here. Would be nice. Hey, you see, like right here, this guy's going... Well, the animation's the same speed, but it's making a pretty good amount of water. We can be reasonably happy with that. Let's go ahead and move toward putting another one of these in. Obviously, the metal fasteners are going to take some time to get in. But everything else, we should be okay. I need to make sure I go ahead and build this, though. Because all that scrap metal is going to go away. And those are ready to go. That's ready to go. This one's not... Oh, it is reachable, isn't it? I guess it is. But I don't have any... don't have any of that stuff. Yeah, how does this... Oh, man, no, none of these... Okay, this is absolutely my fault. I know. Brain-stimulating mushrooms. Because we don't... every problem begets additional problems. It never gets better. That is very disappointing. Oh well. What can you do? Is this, no, I was just seeing things. I thought for a second this was good to go. I guess I was wrong. Alright, come pick up the sunflower oil. I want to put another one of these here, I just can't until this is gone. That's more logs and more sunflower oil. Oh, I actually don't have storage for that. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what then. Let's just move that out of the way. Because oh, you dog. I don't trust that at all. Okay. Another fermentation barrel. I bet you can't guess it's going to be the sake. This all started because I was going to try and find somewhere to put the injury bed, because I don't have a good spot for it. I guess right here is fine. Just to have a place to put it. Need to have more space for sunflower oil. But not a lot of space available. We'll be fixing these problems eventually. Just takes time. Good. 8% of the way to getting lotus flowers, and it is unlikely that day 10 will have the warning. It's possible, but it's unlikely. And I am pretty confident for that reason that we will have lotus flowers available for us. That's going to be great. All this rice here that hasn't been... because I don't have storage for it. Well, this would fit in here if I had another one of these built up, but you know it takes time. You already know. Now, what happened to all my tar? Because I know I had enough. Does that get used to make balloons? It does. Okay. So they're taking that out. And I'm not going to get it back. But we don't have enough to make more than one balloon, and this is still... See, can I pause the building and get it out? Yes. Get the tar out, build that thing, and then I can turn this back on. Let's just leave that for a second. Go check this. I just want to see that tar go in here. Will they put it in? I don't know. But it doesn't say they can't find materials. Okay, there it goes. I see 4, I see 6, 8, and give me that last 2. Show me that 10, and we'll unpause the Handicrafter's Lodge. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't. There we go. That way, this can still continue, and that's not going to be, you know, taking all that out. Okay, brain boosting salts. Brain boosting salts. I have 122. I'm going to start making some more tar again. I know it uses sawdust, but, you know, we have to have it. Can't really get away with not doing that. Now this is waiting on metal fasteners as expected. We don't have scrap metal. Okay, well this doesn't even have enough iron ore. See, this is the problem. That's the problem with how we done this. Okay, I don't have anything else to get here. Unless I put in a couple of platforms to get across here. And that will help me get to that bit. That, I guess, is probably going to be our best bet. The fastest method. I didn't say it was the best, but definitely the fastest way to do it. So we can leave that alone. Probably. None of these have popped up yet, right? No, 44%. This is thriving. This has dumped a substantial amount of water here. I'm going to pause this fluid dump just because I had to, you know, get that taken care of. That should stop it from being so completely backwards slow all the time in terms of getting more water. Just need my 5 metal fasteners. And this, of course, doesn't have any iron ore because... Why doesn't it? It's right there. It should have plenty. More importantly, 66%. Okay, good. 60%, and this is probably still, yeah, 37. That's very, very slow. Hey, but now we're only down to 6 vacancies, even though we have 26 incapacitated beavers. 12 contaminated. That's getting taken care of. The injury, severe injury, we can't do anything about. That's a, I think, a clinic thing. You have to have a surgery kit. Yeah, which we're not making for a while. But basic balm, see, like all the, you really have to have more than one set of these things, or else it gets really, really hard. So we do have beds for injuries. We have half fermented sake. I guess they just drank the rest of it because, of course, they did. But it's a brain-stimulating mushrooms, man. Gotta have the sawdust. Gotta have these guys in here. Okay, now, all right. Now we have a bad tide. Now we have a bad tide. And 65%. If I allow this farmhouse to operate, it will get all of these nenuphars. I'm going to do this, and it might be not a smart choice, but I'm going to remove the stairs so that they cannot get to the nenuphars, because I want them to be able to harvest all the rice. So, if I just go ahead and unpause that, they should get in here, they should harvest all that rice. I'm not going to bother planting it, which is why, or planting it again, which is why the small farmhouse is not turned on. But I just need these guys to go ahead and grab all of this stuff, let this continue to grow, and then I'm going to have to, like, I know the gatherer flags aren't going to be able to do this fast enough for it to really be a huge appreciable difference, but man, if we don't get at least a couple of these lotus flowers, I'm going to be beside myself. It's going to be terrible. This still isn't built. Oh, come on. Metal fasteners, come on. Come on. Make it happen. I see the stuff here. We just get this taken care of, man. Let's go. Let's get to work here. I want to replace these, but I don't dare do it now. Don't dare do it now. One more thing. Sound like Columbo. 82%. Just grab the rice. We have 2 days. I think they can grab all of this rice before it becomes an issue. This is full. This can be prioritized by haulers. Maybe a mistake. Who knows? But this is full. They're not going to harvest anything else. This is storage for nenuphars. I don't have a storage for rice. I was told this is not a good place to have storage anyway, but where am I supposed to put it? So on and so forth. You know the deal. They're not going to grab anything else unless they have the ability to put it somewhere, which they currently cannot. So, is what it is. And we're going to be in some deep stuff if we don't have pollution resistance factor. Like, come on, man. Like, there's no sawdust. I know it says it can function without workers, but I don't have enough of these guys to do all this. And I definitely don't have enough sawdust, so I guess those guys coming in here. This produces sawdust, but it also, we don't need to have that many planks. I guess I have to turn it back on. I guess that's the only way to actually make some sort of appreciable change here. At least this is working. So these two together, every hour, give us 8. Previously, we had 8 from the things I destroyed. So we're back to square one, but it's more efficient. And this is 2 beavers doing the work of 4 beavers, I think is how that ends up working out when you count the other things up top here. Okay, I definitely got that math wrong, but just pretend that I didn't. Oh, boy. This is also going to be a pretty dangerous place for this beaver to be once we have this... actually, no, this won't have bad water coming out this way. It'll just be going underneath. I guess that's okay. No planks in here for making scaffolding. Why is... Well, I have this unpaused so it's not, a dam without having something being used in it. 62% of the way to have a balloon. That's good. We definitely need that. Food is still rough, but at least we have the library with a decent amount of stuff in it. Alright, now I have lotus flowers. I cannot wait any longer. I have to pause the large farmhouse. I'm not going to grab any more of this. So I'm going to have to unpause that, which will be set to harvest. And then I've got to put the staircase back in here. This has to be the highest possible priority. And they can't harvest the nenuphars. They just have to get the lotus flowers, and these 2 guys by themselves may not be able to do it quickly, but they have 1 day and then some change to get it done, so maybe maybe things will work out. Who knows? I need more storage. I am perfectly aware of that. Just, you know, have to trust the process. Gotta let it be what it's gonna be. A little mushroom storage. See, like, the terrain of this is just completely unforgiving. So we have bad water. The sawdust, man. What a problem that we have. Alright, just get this built. Come on, we're already halfway through the workday and it's not done. Finish the building. You better not leave before it's done. Okay, good. Now get down there, get those lotus flowers, and make it work. I know we're only going to hold 40 of these things, but we can only do what we can only do. Of course, we have to have the cooking house unlocked to do fried rice. Medium cauldrons, I do have one. Do I have the rest of the materials? I think I do. We really need to start making fried rice. So, this is going to be the next unlock. Oh, where am I going to put this? The entrance is in the middle. That is not a very convenient thing for us here. I'm going to go ahead and say braised cabbage is no longer on the menu. I'm going to remove... Yeah, I'm going to remove both of these. And I'm going to replace whatever, with a cooking house. Let's just say here. Set to make fried rice. And we'll, of course, have cabbage storage and all that other fun stuff. Now, I haven't forgotten. Let's close the floodgate dam. That's protected. The rest of this, I can't really do anything about it. How did we manage to get any of these? 14 lotus flowers. And then 2... Oh, does that consume the entire plant? It's not supposed to. It's not... Wait, no, this isn't supposed to be taking nenifars. Alright, well, that's disappointing. Ugh. Jeez. Well, I have 16. That's, hopefully can account for something. Not much else I can do, folks. And I still... Oh, man, I don't have... Oh, come on. How do I still not have these things? What is going on? What is going on with the sawdust? That is... Okay. Well. I guess I just have to have these set correctly here. Should have done it. I don't know, but now all of this... Man, all these crops are going to die because I don't have any... Oh, this has pollution resistance factor at least. But this does not, and this does not. That's going to kill a whole bunch of stuff that we were really depending on here. This is not built. Okay, this was short-sighted. Oh well. That's what you come to expect from these. Just get this in here, man. Come on. We do not have time. We do not have the ability to wait. Everything dies. Well, I have 16 of these stupid things. What's the recipe? 1. Okay, cool. So I can make I can make 16 recipes of fried rice. That's not even anything. Why in the... Come on. Why is this... It's prioritized and I have 2 beavers in here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get in here and make some pollution resistance factor before every single crop we have dies. And that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. They're not... Come on, man. This is like actually making me mad. Why are you like this? These are... 2 of these are making this. Where are my brain stimulating mushrooms? Where are they going? All of the crops are dying. They're all dying, and it is entirely preventable. Except maybe not. Who knows? At least I had that closed. And that's closed. So we've got that going for us, which I guess is something. This is still making a tiny amount of sawdust. This is consuming sawdust, but we have to have paper. But I have 295, so I'm gonna pause that. I don't have the patience for this anymore. Why? I don't want to come back and censor this, so I'm gonna be good. But what is this? Invent your favorite 4-letter word. Like what? Come on. Oh, now you start making it. Okay, after everything is already in ruins, it's about to be dead. Yeah, these things take a whole week to grow. 10 days. 10 days to grow these. There's no sense of urgency. There's absolutely none. Okay, so where did the pollution resistance factor go? Did it go here? Did it go here? Will we ever know? Okay, so that did something, kind of. But everything is about to die anyway. So why is this not... Why? It's in here. What gives with this? Okay, now it's saved, just in time for half of it to already be dead. Alright, I see how it is. And so the waiting begins again. The eternal resource balancing nonsense. Alright, this is all dead. What a waste. And all of the lotus flowers have gone away. Where are they? Did they finish building this? They did. Okay. At least they are in the cooking house now. Have to have rice, then we have to have sunflower oil, water, and then that makes fried rice. This can store 1,100 of it. I guess this can be set to hold fried rice. Braised cabbage is no longer going to be something we're going to be working toward. That works, I think. At least these guys are still alive. That's something we can be happy with. Okay, that one still needs pollution resistance factor. Still needs it. Not working. Okay. So there's still rice in here. Beavers are going to still come over here and try to do something about it. And this has to get replanted again. These are not quite dead yet, but they will be. I know the diversion of this is something that we need to do, but if you haven't played Waterbeavers, like this would be like a 3-cycle project minimum to divert anything from this. And we just cannot afford to focus on that right now when we're still somehow in incredibly low food situation. So I can't really... I mean, I guess I can have all of these paused and just send all the beavers to work and live in these buildings. That'll take care of some of this. But there's still others that have to have somewhere else to go back to here. Still waiting on sunflower oil and water. Probably need to have storage for both of those things here. We need more storage for sunflower oil anyway, so that's 45. I don't have a capacity for anything larger than that here, so that's, why can't I never find this stuff? There it is. Actually, I'm going to have both of these for sunflower oil because we already have water storage in kind of decent places. See, this pains me. Because it has the active thing being repelled, but stuff is still dead. And it's going to be dead. This one has nothing. Why are they the way that they are? 88%, 82%. Like, we're making progress, so I can't be that mad, but... 76% on this guy. That's good. We already knew it was going to be a whole thing anyway. So this obviously has nothing else going for it right now. Wow, this is higher than I remember this water being over here. That is, little concerning. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be. Okay, now this actually does have pollution resistance factor, kind of. So we should see this creeping back, replanting 6 2/3 days worth of growth on the sunflowers. I mean, I guess it's okay because we're making fried rice, and we do have enough to make a decent bit. But that is just a kick in the pants. remember, it's 12 days to get lotus flowers, and that's That's the soonest we're going to see any more of these, and I think food is probably the most important thing. I know there's other recipes that use them that are also useful, but we got to keep the beavers alive, got to keep them fed. It's about as good as we can do. There's all these chestnuts we're not doing anything with either. Man. Oh, food is always a problem. We're never going to get past where we are now until we get more space to farm food, but I can't reclaim it until I have this still isn't done. I can't reclaim it until I have some sort of diversion or stoppage for the bad water, which is part of the reason why I wanted to come over here and do it first. But you know, now that I think about it, this is probably the much more important one to do. That would help keep these alive at least. Man. It's just the terrain in this is just completely inhospitable. Like, we'd have to if we're going to be diverting anything. Like, I know those of you who leave text comments, I really appreciate you, but my mind doesn't work that way. Like, I have to have some sort of, like, visual aid, and I know it's not your responsibility to give that to me. I just... You can yell at me till you're blue in the face about how something's supposed to work. I'm not going to understand it unless I see it. But I think what this is supposed to be here is I just have to blast some of this down, and then I put in like one of these. I can't even show it to you because there's trees everywhere. I'd have to go there. I'd have to have basically two of them right next to each other. Some sort of something. Because this doesn't really, it just falls down. It just falls down a ton. Well, like I said, that is beyond the scope of what we were able to do now, so there's no sense really worrying about it. Just gotta get this food thing figured out. Of course, the fried rice just gets eaten immediately, but... yeah, 21. That's all the fried rice has been consumed. 21 beavers have had that boost. Some of them still have the braised cabbage boost. It's kind of surprising. But just logistics. Logistics will kill you. We have rice. We can't get it anywhere because nothing actually connects right. I guess just take that out and just put in some other paths here. Just to try and streamline stuff. Like, I know you're watching this, it seems really easy, and like, you can't believe I'm making so many stupid things. Like, it's not easy. It's hard. Like, the save files for this are up on that Google Drive link. Like, download it, play it. Let me know how it goes. It's really hard. But food is the hardest part. Which is why I was so excited to get this cooking house done, but I think we're still going to be in some deep trouble unless I'm able to make rice balls, which I don't have anywhere to build it. I have nowhere to build this. I truly, honestly, I don't know. I do not know what to do. Like, obviously, you know, you divert the bad water, but I can't make enough of this stuff. Pollution resistance factor, etc. I guess, I mean, like, it really shouldn't make a difference doing anything here because we still have this coming through here, and I can't divert this unless I have more space over here, but I can't make more space over here without this flooding somewhere else. Unless I had something I could stick here, but I can't in this mod because the levee has to attach to actual dirt, which just makes it impossible for us to get anything else done. Like, there really is not a good option for this until I can get terrain blocks, but remember, it's 1,000 pieces of dirt and they have to come from the mechanical drill. 82%, 87%. Oh, this one? Yeah, 93%. Okay. Have I at least made this stupid balloon yet? I swear to God. 96%. Okay. This is the wrong game for me to be playing trying to relax. Oh boy, that's a stressful one for sure, but at this point, what else can I even do? Oh, nice. This ran out, so now all this is dead. Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. So, brain-stimulating mushrooms, once again, with this how in the world is this so much of a problem with sawdust? Like, I know I'm using it to make paper. I need paper. I have to have paper, and this doesn't even have any sawdust hardly at all. So, I guess we have to pause that again. See, this is cutting this stuff back. That's not the right spot here. I guess I could put another one of these houses there, but at this point, man, I'm mad. It's not fun anymore, man. Oh, these guys they're not dying, so you know it's not like the worst thing ever. But this is just a brutally difficult thing here. I guess I'm just gonna have to change all of these to slow mushrooms. Like, I hate that because it takes over 3 days to make it, but I can't produce sawdust fast enough. Like, when we get into the advanced sawmill, it's going to produce a pretty good amount of sawdust pretty quick, but oh man, I don't even want to think about how far away that is. That is months of 3 videos a week to get to that point. Of course, these guys are still coming in here to grab all of the rice that's left. And I gotta do something about this. But even getting up here is almost impossible. Like, I guess, depending on how much I wanted to blast out, I could come out this way, but that, like, dynamite takes so long. It takes so long to make. Okay, the balloon is finally finished. I'm going to start making more dynamite. Yes, I know that uses sawdust and it uses paper and all this other stuff we've already talked about being a huge problem, but you know, you're never going to make any progress unless you start. I know this is out of water here. Oh, because these are still pumping because I have to keep my beavers alive. Well, 99%, 85%, 93%. So this is the balloon trader landing pad. This, I'm going to pause. I'm just, no. No more of that. Let's go ahead and bring these guys in here. Balloon trader pad. Balloon trader pad. Turn them on. Just start duplicating all this stuff. I hope I don't have to build another one of these scroll displays, but I probably will. Maybe, maybe not. But once we have balloon trading at least unlocked, or possible to be unlocked, then we're going to be doing better than nothing. At the very least. The blueprint disappeared, so I can only assume it's being brought this way, because it doesn't show up here anymore. But I bet you this is so much easier when it just stayed in the library. Okay. So I guess I just have to do this way. Just have them bring it in here so it can come right back out. Okay, no, it's in there. It's in there. So I guess this has to be the fancy one now. So we'll see the next morning if they come in here and take care of that. 11 injured beavers. Oh, jeez. How are we? Okay, 93%, 42%, 0%. That's good. Water is just, it's such a problem. It is so incredibly hard for us to be able to do this. While this is still, take this out of triple speed first of all, while this is still a bad tide, can I build any more of these? I don't have the scrap metal at all. So, see, I have to be very careful what I get rid of, because it's very hard for it to come back. I don't want to, well, I guess I do have that. It's fine. I'll do this one piece at a time. Nope, wrong button. There we go. It's like, what's with all this stuff in the... Come on, man. Like, I have to... I have to be able to get this stuff out of here. Just bring it over. Bring it over this way. Just come grab all that stuff, and hopefully that solves most of this problem, but got to be able to get the rest of this done. Now we're waiting on coal. Why are we waiting on coal? When we have all these beavers in here coming and grabbing all this. I know this is making more anvils, or supposed to be, but this needs so much more coal, so much more scrap metal. I don't have any way of doing this. I don't even have this yet. Yikes. Oh, this is rough, folks. This is bad news. Gotta pause the factory so all the stuff that was in the factory can come out and be used to make a deep water pump that will, you know, hopefully keep our beavers alive. Would be really nice if that were the case. So now we're out of water. I have nothing I can actually still pump. This one is not reachable, but this is going to get removed pretty soon anyway. I'm already out of food. I'm going to have to pause these mushroom growers that have water in them. But then I'm not going to have any food. I'm already out. No good way to get around this. What is this waiting on? Green peas, of course. These that have been replanted 18 times. Okay, so that is, it just, everything hinges on everything. And if it's not perfect, you're just completely screwed. Oh, I paused the construction so they could pick up all this junk off the ground. Alright, well, I don't care about this anymore. Goodbye. Just build this. Just get it over with. Just get it done. That's all we're going to be able to do. Now, did we get all the scrap metal here? We did. Can no longer reach anything else, so that's going to be paused. How in the heck am I going to get myself out of this? I have too many beavers, realistically, for the amount of food I can grow, but I can't grow any more food unless I have more beavers than I currently have. Everything is terrible. Everything is absolutely terrible. I mean, I got mushrooms in here. Why is this making braised cabbage? Okay, that was not what that was supposed to be set to. Alright, make some rice balls then, I guess. How did I not notice that was a thing? Well, this is supposed to be doing salt. 15 contaminated beavers. That's what I get. Okay. Well, if we ever make any amount of scrap metal, then maybe we can actually finish something. So there's no worker in here, but it's still processing stuff. I guess that's about as best as I can do. Still have planks, still have all this other stuff. Except now we're hungry, now we're thirsty. I don't know, man. I'm kind of at a complete loss on how to handle this. Because now they're also dirty, so they don't want to work, and they can't clean themselves because there's no way to do that. Unless I just put in... It's just, what am I supposed to do with this? Just regular shower doesn't really have anywhere to go that is actually accessible. I don't have any water to put in a tank shower. There's no liquid to be found anywhere. This is not built because there's no scrap metal, but there will be as soon as this is done. I don't know, man. Like, what do you guys think I should be doing about this? Because whatever we're doing now ain't working. There's not really. I mean, I got 112 cabbages in there, but ugh. I guess just pause this. Come get your cabbages out and eat those things. Do I even have storage for cabbages over here? I don't think I do, because I got rid of that one thing, man. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to do another soft reset with all these beavers again. Just come on, scrap metal. Look, I know I need those, but I needed that scrap metal, man. Come on, just build this. Build this so I don't completely kill every single beaver that I have again, because that would be impossible to come back from. One more. There you go. Finish it. Finish it. Well, we have that, so 4 water per hour in the place of 6. That was definitely one of the strategies of all time. I took these out. I have science, but I don't have that much science. Cannot pump any more out. That is not going to work. Of course, that's still poisoned anyway, so. -4. Yep. It's a bleak. But I have a couple cabbages at least. Hooray. That's all gone. Turn that back on. Yeah, the 37 dirty beavers. Okay. We need another one of these. But at least it's over. Oh, God. All right. Well, it is what it is. Cycle 20 begins. I hate to end this episode here, but we're pretty much going to have to. I gotta be able to pump more water. Gotta wait for this to be clean. It's just about there. That's just about there. This is just about here. Just a little tiny bit more. And now that can go in. These guys can continue pumping. I know there's a little bit of nasty in there, but it is what it is. Now we're at -10. God, that is... Well, the dirty beavers will solve their own problems when the time comes. Just gotta let it be what it's gonna be. And then I also need to plant these again, so much to keep up with. 17 contaminated beavers. All these things are at least on the slow mode, which means they're going to use less water, which is good, but still going to be a little bit of an annoyance. And this is out of... No, it's not. Oh, it's out of water. Of course, that's why. It has a pollution resistance factor. As does that. These guys, man. Suffering upon suffering in Beaverland, but that's the way she goes. Yeah, we're just going to have these guys plant this stuff again. Alright, so what did we learn? I'm genuinely asking because at this point I don't know. I think I may have boxed myself into a corner with this map that is, I'm not going to say impossible to come back from, but it's going to be exceptionally difficult. Just because of the sheer amount of stuff. Like, I have 43 open beds right now. I absolutely cannot have 43 open beds. But I can't not. Like, it's just, it's too much. It's too much to deal with. And I can't really, so that guy's paused. I guess the Mechanics Lodge is going to have to be paused. That's, Architect's Lodge is going to have to be paused. Now I only have 30, but we're doing the dang thing, I guess. Just got to get those numbers up. Got to get the food going. This can't do anything. I actually have lotus flowers. What? Oh, it's those blasted green peas. See, these probably don't need to be in exclusively in such a hard to maintain area here. But these haven't died yet, so I don't have a lot. Well, I don't have a lot else I could really do with this. They're just waiting on water. Okay. Dying of hunger, dying of thirst, dying of hunger. Yeesh. Alright, well. I guess that's just what this is going to be, folks. Did they plant all these? No, they're still working. So I'll pause this farmhouse and that'll help a lot, but... Man. Like, I'm trying my best to come up with something that would help this, but I guess... Again, Waterbeavers is hard. If you don't think it's hard, then you're wrong. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not that sorry, but that's just the way it goes, folks. Just plant these last couple things here, and then I guess we're just going to have to hope we get good RNG on this cycle so we can try to recover from stuff. Send these guys back over somewhere else. Alright, that's, I guess there's like 2 more? Yeah. Let's get those last pieces in. Alright, you're done. I'm not going to even bother trying to grow rice over here. I don't have the personnel. I don't have the beavers. I don't even have the irrigation over here. And this still has not caught up. Because everybody's thirsty and then they work really slow. Oh boy. Well, regardless, if you are somehow still watching this, I appreciate you more than you will ever know. I really appreciate you watching these videos. Not sure what other kind of actual help you could offer at this point besides just, this is terrible, and figure it out, but I do appreciate you being here. Beard Boosters, thank you again for subsidizing the insanity, making it possible to keep doing these things. It does not go unnoticed, and I wish it would be a little bit better in this episode so it makes it actually kind of worth your time and investment and everything, but sometimes things are just terrible and that's the way life goes and you just have to deal with it and move on. So, yeah, we're going to have to end this one here. I guess I got to come up with some sort of plan to recover from this. It's just, once you get to a certain point, you're just so far behind that it's almost impossible to come back from it. Unless you have everything else figured out. But just before we say goodbye, these are now ready. We have 8 of those. We're not going to need 20 of those ever. Mechanical drill blueprints and oversized water pump blueprints. I'm gonna go ahead and start reproducing the oversized water pump blueprints. That I think is going to be our best chance. We can't build it yet, but that's going to be our best chance to probably keep these beavers alive long term. Is to just do our best to get this thing unlocked. One, because it does not have to be staffed, so we can just run if there is power, and it's 5 basic water pumps worth of stuff. So we'll see. I hope whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, you have a better time than you did watching this. Stay safe, have fun, and yeah, I got stuff to figure out. We'll see you in the next episode of this one later this week. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.